So, hello everyone. So today's session is about all the exciting news from Ignite and what we can expect from Copilot Studio in the upcoming weeks and months. Therefore, I've just prepared the slide, which have been run also by Omar during the Ignite session, what's new in Copilot Studio. And this is what I want to go through you so you can also be that excited like me in the upcoming year, what Copilot Studio will await you. So first of all, we have much more easier M65 extension. That means we have the Copilot Studio agent builder there, and this will allow you build Copilot or how it calls now agents in a much easier way, and you can also share that in a much easier way as well. So in that case, let me just jump now to the next slide. So where we have also an example of that. So this is a new Copilot Studio agent builder, and this allows you in a very cool way, either in a conversational kind of way, and this is when you have this describe and you're just talking to your Copilot and it just creates you your agent in a very simple way. And you have also your instructions, your descriptions, in the first beginning, you only have a simple set of knowledge there, like for example from SharePoint, but this is more as enough in the beginning just to shape your very powerful agent in the very first beginning. And then you will have a preview window of this, and this is how you can build your own agent, which can be, your personal digital assistant in terms of getting things done. And I think this will be very, very exciting how this then works in the future. The next topic is about improving AI, the answer quality. So first of all, we will have much better enhanced large language models. So we will have GTP 4o and GTP 4o mini, which you can already find in the AI builder already there, but it will also come to Copilot Studio in general. What that means is Copilot Studio is going from a text-based input machine, multi-model machine. That means it can also generate your pictures, it can generate your audio and video. So this is the capability of multi-large language models. And we have already now announced a couple of weeks ago GTP4 in Copilot Studio, and this is already huge, and it will become much better than in the future. This will result in improved search results quality, a better multi-language support, and the ability to reason over images and tables in files. But that's not only it. You will also get a much better SharePoint search. You will have low latency and higher quality responses there as well. And this will also now become a key driver that this improvement is also coming into SharePoint search as well. But nevertheless, it's also about knowledge curation. So improving the answer rate is something which is very important, because if the answer rate is a good way, then you will have much more success that your clients will stay with that and will love the answer and will be connected to this. So in the future, there will be something which is called knowledge curation, which analyze your knowledge base and provide you visibility over which sources have been used, and when there are some unanswered questions and themes, how you can just get better over it in the future. And everything will be done in a guided UX to filter sources and to add custom knowledge there to fill the gaps in the knowledge base. So Microsoft has started the journey with Microsoft Build 2024 when they introduced knowledge sources. And we're just happy to see the improvements coming in. So we have a much better experience with Copilot Studio there. Next are analytics. Analytics is something which haven't been really touched since a couple of years with Power Virtual Agents. It was still the same analytics there, which you can use to improve, but it was more for Power Virtual Agent as for Copilot Studio. So now you have a much better updated experience at large scales. So as you know, the new autonomous agents will also run longer. You just need also better statistics, how they're performing. So because the old Copilot ones, the statistics were really, for a short moment and not really for a long-term run. So this is really, really great just to see how this will be in the future when we have that kind of statistic. So also a very great improvement, which will come in the upcoming months. Security and governance is always important in terms for also for Copilot Studio. If you want to place it outside, obviously your Copilot is always, under security attack. So you will get more controls to govern agentic capabilities with triggers and disable chat transcript loggings. You can have a single tenant Azure app registration for new agents to address multi-tenant restrictions and so on. This is also an important part as well. So network isolation with Power Platform IP firewall is already existing, but also now comes to Copilot Studio as well. So you can enable IP range traffic restrictions to secure your Copilot Studio or your agents much more against that. And you will have an admin visibility into their authenticated agents and users AI usage through audit logs in Microsoft Purview. So Microsoft Purview is a very, very important process in all that Copilot experience. So we also see that now also coming more and more visible into Copilot Studio as well. Then the autonomous capabilities. So everything can now be triggered, every event. It's not just only conversation. That means if, for example, an email just coming in or someone just submits a new form or any kind of new creations, like a new account or new contact being created in Dataverse, this is a trigger. And this now triggers the Copilot, the agent in Copilot Studio, which can just do some kind of actions. So, for example, if you have an hotel reservation planned as an agent, it can just watch your emails, and when someone just wants to make a reservation, then it can automatically do the reservation without a human interaction. That saves time and also the bottlenecks that maybe someone can be missed when this person wants to have an hotel reservation. And this can also be done, for example, as well for hotel cancellations or any kind of ideas you can just have in the hotel business, but obviously also in other business as well. And it monitors, learns, and improves with each interactions, which is also a huge strength of all the copilots. You can now connect to Azure AI search. So we're just seeing that we're just getting a better interaction also to the Azure world in this case. So allow your agent to chat over knowledge in Azure AI. So this was always some kind of a crux just to get that connected. Now with a new knowledge with Azure AI search, this will become a reality that you can also get to this capability as well. This is huge, the Microsoft 365 Agents SDK. So this will become really huge because what we didn't have before are really that kind of development, that endpoint that you could connect. So previously, all the copilots or the agents, how it now called, you could only access it, on a UI base, but never on really a developer endpoints. And this also now becomes really, really interesting how it uses. And you can also now leverage now Azure AI Foundry, which is, the new name for Azure AI Studio. So there is also a better connection there as well. And semantic kernel, which is currently the new hype, to get all these things running, and also other AI service of your choice. So this will be really, really cool just to see how you can extend Copilot Studio with code. And I think this will be also something big in terms of ideas of how you can extend. It's not just only a UI extension, which you're just doing and that low code stuff, with Power Effects or with Power Automate. You can now use real code behind, real code behind, and this becomes then pro code. And I think this will be exciting as well. And this one is huge, and this one I'm really waiting for. It is generative interactive voice response. This is something which have been already enabled because your Copilot is not only text-based, it's also voice-based, especially if you're just connecting to any kind of a telephone service like Omnichannel, for example. You can also now use Copilot Studio in an easy way and also generative AI in an easy way to get answers. I have also an example for this as well. So that example is that, for example, if you have a sick kid and you want to call the doctor, what's the problem? You can't access the most doctors because everyone is just calling because everyone kid is sick. So, but maybe you just only need an advice like, what can I do if my kid has a cold or maybe has fever? So based on that, you can just use generative AI and Copilot Studio and build an agent which also responds via voice. And then can you connect that in the future with an on or base this one. So Copilot Studio will support native voice in that case. And this is really huge because previously you just needed, omni-channel to get this kind of voice running. Now it will become more or less you don't need that kind of tools anymore. I'm really excited to look into that feature because this feature comes from Nuance, a company which Microsoft just bought and built in now more and more into Copilot Studio. So this is really, really huge. And there's one more thing which haven't been on the list, and this is Copilot pay as you go. So a new licensing model now in that case. So like you just have that, for example, for Azure. So you're only paying for the things which you're really using and consuming. So this will also be active really soon, December 1st. So that means when this calendar is already just running, it's been already on place. And then this was also a new kind of how some kind of subscription can be done. And that's all. Thank you very much.